Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, regarding the request to the statement on implementation of various agricultural projects in the county, the clerk was directed to invite the MCA Mali Mulala to shed some light on NCAPs between his statement and the report that was communicated and adopted earlier by the House. The committee, Mr. Speaker, meets on Mondays, which fell yesterday, which was unfortunately an holiday. So we need to invite the member on 28th of April 2025 at 9 a.m. to table his grievances regarding the matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member from Mlale Malwood.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes, we were to meet for some deliberation with the committee. Unfortunately, Honorable Speaker, this was to happen last week when I was invited to the committee. Yes, I came, but there was nobody in the room. Honorable Speaker, I went to your office to report the matter. I found you and Honorable Muso, Francis Monsao, seated discussing other matters. The same time we should be in the committee. So, Mr. Speaker, I am not sure how long it will take for this response to be satisfactory for the benefit of our public. So I am also not sure of the 28th being referred. I wish you can guide us, Honorable Speaker, on this. Thank you.
Proceed.
Speaker, I'm not very sure whether on that particular day the member was invited, but I can confirm he was supposed to appear before the committee yesterday, which fell on another day. So, Mr. Speaker, I humbly request him to come on Monday at exactly 9. The committee will be seated. Thank you.
Speaker. Honorable Elizabeth Muli.
Honorable Speaker, if I remember very well on this matter, the chair who ruled on the matter as the speaker then was the member for Muka, and he directed that the member for Emali Mulala appears before the committee on the committee on agriculture last week, but one on Monday. And I happened to meet the member for Emali along the corridors, and he was lamenting that he was there and the committee could not even appear. So, Honorable Speaker, I would request that the chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, and his membership, and the committee members, please take the work of this House seriously, because we cannot afford to invite members to committees to appear before committees, and you do not show up. And Honorable Speaker, if you look at the membership of that committee, you will be shocked. It comprises the most senior members of this House. It's very unfortunate that the most senior members of this House cannot form quorum, they cannot meet and address matters concerning members. How are we sure they are going to address matters of the county government of Makueni? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chair. Speaker, you come first, okay?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I had pressed my microphone earlier because this matter, I am seeking for your indulgence. I want to bet this is the third time that the member has been directed from the floor to have a meeting with the committee. And every time, last time, as Honorable Mudhike has indicated, I was the chair. I was the speaker. And the member even complained and informed this House that the previous Monday, he had been directed by the speaker to meet the committee at 9 a.m. And when the member appeared, between 9 and 10, there was nobody. It was directed in the last 2 weeks, and the member meets the committee. And even the member reported in our WhatsApp group, the official WhatsApp group, that he has gone to the committee room and there is nobody. Now this is the third time, Honorable Speaker. I don't know whether this committee is taking the right direction. I think it requires your indulgence, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Chair.
The Speaker, I am not very sure the intention of prolonging the debate on this matter, because I've said, and I'm very clear on this matter, Mr. Speaker, I've said yesterday was an holiday, and we have since written to the member to appear before us on Monday. Mr. Speaker, it's also very clear that the Committee on Agriculture has never missed quorum at any one given moment. So, Mr. Speaker, I do not want members of this House.
Including last week, you did not miss quorum?
Last week, I don't know whether we were supposed to meet at that time. Mr. Speaker, we had we have
Point of information.
Point of order, Mr.
We
Speaker.
have a schedule.
Point of
Point
information.
of order.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, we have a schedule now.
Honorable Speaker, I want to inform the
On that
House.
particular day,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to inform the House.
Order, members. Order. What is it, member from Mlale Mali Ward?
Thank you. Thank you.
The rest of the members, please turn off your microphone.
Honorable Speaker, this is a house of law and house of procedures. We must protect the integrity of this house. Honorable Francis Munyao, Alas Musso, who is the chair of agriculture, is still lying to the house that on Monday they had a quorum. Honorable Speaker, I took a picture. I was in the committee. I shared the picture in our group, Honorable Speaker. Only Honorable, the DS, Deputy Speaker, was in that hall, both of us. I shared the photo in our WhatsApp group, Honorable Speaker. And actually, I commented something. Later on, Honorable Moema, in his recommendation, I will read if you allow me, Honorable Speaker, because he said,
Which group is it that you posted?
the group, where you are the chair.
Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Moema said this, quoted this, while tagging Honorable Muso. Atungenga imobea, because that is the level of the joke. That is the level of the joke of the committee. Honorable Speaker, when I'm talking about the flagship project, it is not a personal matter. It is a matter touching the lives of our farmers. It is a matter touching the employment of our youth. It is a matter touching the lives of our people. The Honorable Chair and the committee must take that matter with that seriousness and stop this joking around on this serious matter, Honorable Speaker. What is it that the chair is hiding? Don't you sense there is some corruption? Don't you see that the committee or the chair has gone to bed with the executive? And that's why they are protecting the executive. It is not their mandate to implement. Why is it that they don't want to meet? Why is it that they are not ready to report on this committee? Mr. Honorable Speaker, we must dig deeper and see, you know what happened during the CDD after the exit of Honorable, the former committee chair, this guy from Kalawa, the member from Kalawa. You know what happened? What led the exit of Kalawa is what is happening. I'm telling you, Honorable Speaker, there is a game, there is cartelling in this department. I am not sure whether the chair is a part of the cartels, but the indications are very clear. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Information, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Moki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I pray that you step in and help the people of Makueni, because what Honorable Mudike has said, I was in this assembly last week but one, and the chair was handling the matter, directed that the committee sits on Monday last week so that they can meet with the member for Mali Mulala Ward. And the chair is saying that he was not aware the committee was to meet. And Mr. Speaker, is the chairman, Wiper Party, Makueni County, Mr. Speaker. the ruling party in Makueni County, Mr. Speaker. I know the manifesto of Wiper Party, Mr. Speaker, because I'm the Secretary General of Muungano Party, and we work together with Wiper Party. Mr. Speaker, it appears that the member from Mulala is complaining. There are some cartels. There are some cartels somewhere, Mr. Speaker, who are dealing with the chair, agriculture. And that is a fact. Going by the way the chairman is answering the question, and Mr. Speaker, he is taking your seat. Right here, when he was contributing, he is directing the member for Emali Mulala to meet him on Monday while you are sitting on your chair, Mr. Speaker. And it's you only, Mr. Speaker, who can give directions on assembly business, because you are the chair of this assembly. So, Mr. Speaker, the chairman of Wiper Party Makueni County, Mr. Speaker, is failing, because we know the manifesto of Wiper, because we read Wiper Party. Wiper Party, yes. We know the manifesto. It is work for the people of Kenya. It's work for the people of Makueni, diligently, Mr. Speaker. Na wao ni, I quote, na wao ni wakwika neza na ulungano. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member for Nzamari Vigoni, what?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I really wish to sympathize with my colleague from Emali Mulala, because, Mr. Speaker, there is no response that is going to come forth from this committee. Mr. Speaker, apart from that business that we are talking about right now, there is no other business that has been transacted by that committee ever since, Mr. Speaker, you directed the committee to sit. And the records are there because the committee has not been meeting, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when you look at the date when the statement was requested on this floor and to date, Mr. Speaker, you will also disqualify the chair from being from responding to that matter and maybe direct the vice chair to take over. And Mr. Speaker, it goes. Some of our members, Mr. Speaker, they fear this chairman. Mr. Speaker, in the corridors, he says he's untouchable. He's very powerful, Mr. Speaker. So there's not, that is why he can even direct the member to meet the committee, while, Mr. Speaker, you are the one to direct the committee to invite the member. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, in as much as we talk, I think the problem lies with the chair. Is too powerful, Mr. Speaker. He has so many dockets, and he has many connections, so even the members fear, especially the nominated. The nomination can be withdrawn from Wiper.
Member for Elima Ward.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I want to seek for your clarification on whether the member or my namesake, Honorable Jonathan Moki, was in order to insinuate that the member or the chair, Honorable Chair of the Agriculture, is operating under cartels which portrays him to be corrupt. And if anything, does he have that proof? Two, he is the member who has just finished speaking, Honorable Member for Zambani Ivingoni, also in order to insinuate that this member is so powerful and the court issues of the party divert from the main issue of discussion, which is the matter of the agriculture, and move to other things of the party. I don't know. Mr. Speaker, I would wish to seek for your indulgence because these abuses, some of the integral parts of who we are. I am an honorable member for the party of Wiper, where we have never seen him to be of any danger or of any insinuation that is corrupt, and he cannot be a chairman when he is actually operating cartels. So we feel abused, we feel actually somehow portrayed negatively. Could you kindly, Speaker, clarify on these two matters? Because we should not divert from the main agenda to other agendas touching on our party.
Honorable Mudoga, let me first answer you on the first one. You know, there are titles you can't drop. Every other time you are referred to as Honorable Bishop Mudoga, this is not a worship place. But we acknowledge that besides being a member of a county assembly, you man of God, you are consecrated bishop. Every other time we have children around here and peoples, we will always recall to refer Honorable Mutindi as Mwalimu. And we will not pick on you, we will pick on former teachers, including Honorable Sarambe. So there are responsibilities that are positive in nature, because they are not negative. So for Member Honorable Mwoki to indicate that Member Fonzawe Kilikalamba, who is a chairperson committee on agriculture, also happens to be a chairperson of the Wiper Democratic Movement in the county. He's just trying to give an effect to the responsibilities that he have. No, about the responsibility, So there's nothing wrong with adding accolades, other responsibility, including indicating that so-and-so is a father, is a mother, is a PhD student. So in accolades, is in order. However, where he has said that there are cartels is a different matter that can be investigated. I do not know whether is that cartel in respect to the Wiper chair, your chair, or is in respect to the chairperson of the Committee on Agriculture? Or you are asking for him?
Mr. Speaker, I am very much concerned because from the quotations of the raiser of the statement, he quoted into quotes, and I quote, "This is a house of rules and procedures. House which has its own integrity, which has its own respect." Now, if we start describing honorable members as cartel dealers, this does not only touch on the member alone, it touches on any other member who is within this particular house. Because being a committee, if the chairman is a cartel dealer, it means all the other members are cartel dealers.
Honorable member from Mulale Mali on that point of order.
No, not Mulale, Mwoki.
Honorable Mwoki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, according to parliamentary rules, Mr. Speaker, and basically natural law, when you want to drive your point, the Speaker, you can add some materials which can offend the other party, Mr. Speaker. But the member who is seeking you to find me out of order, I think he's a member of that committee. I tend to think he's a member of the Committee of Agriculture. But, Mr. Speaker, if he listened very well, the requester of the statement mentions cartels and corruption. And, Mr. Speaker, when we are orderly and following the law, if something is happening outside the norm, Mr. Speaker, we suspect. Mr. Speaker, the word cartel is not Kikamba word. It is originated very far. And they operate, cartels operate, Mr. Speaker, and they operate outside the law. They don't operate within the law. So, Mr. Speaker, we are finding that there might be some cartels who are pressurizing the chair not to proceed with business as usual, and according to the law. So, Mr. Speaker, we can say, we presume, we can, because they are acting out of the norm, Mr. Speaker. And when things are not being done within the law, Mr. Speaker, we must suspect there must be cartel.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
And the member and the request of the statement
Point of order.
clearly stated that there might be cartels
Point of order, Mr.
who
Speaker.
are corrupt. So, Mr. Speaker, I was just adding weight to the words of the request of the statement, Mr. Speaker. Can we start from the request of the statement? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that we know, according to our standing orders, it is not right for a member to give falsified information. First and foremost, I am not a member of Agriculture Committee. So that one, he needs to withdraw. That's the first point of order. The second point of order, you cannot tell him to clarify. And he rises to justify that cartels are operated outside the law, which means he is actually criminalizing the member, and he is actually proving that he did it intentionally to criminalize the member. It means actually he is not even listening to your advice. He is not even out to to be resilient with this particular issue, may he withdraw that statement because it touches on every member who is seated in this particular house.
A coalition of a political or special interest groups having a common cause as to encourage the passage of a certain law, that's a cartel, or a written agreement between belligerents, especially for the exchange of prisoners, to an international syndicate combined or trust formed especially to regulate prices in the marketplace and output of some field of business. Now, Honorable Mogi, I find that you are out of order to indicate that the chairperson, the Committee on Agriculture is a cartel. What you should have done was to prove. You have not been able to prove. Had you proven, then that would have been order. But when I gave you an opportunity, you should have proven how you think that that committee is a cartel or the member is acting or is a cartel. And now that you've not been able, I find you out of order. You must withdraw and apologize.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know I am a very law-abiding citizen. And if you have found me out of order, Mr. Speaker, I have no choice other than to withdraw and apologize, Mr. Speaker. And I remind you, Chair, the member for the request of the statement used the same word, Mr. Speaker. I don't know, I withdraw on his behalf, or we have to withdraw both of us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If you are caught a traffic police over speeding, you don't tell them that someone else who was ahead of you was over speeding. So you're caught on your own. And perhaps I agree with you, if you punish a driver who is abusing law and the traffic rules, yes, it is true, he can serve as an example to the rest. So your withdrawal and sanctions against you may act to help others. Now, Chairperson, there seems to be serious concern about this statement 2, the period within which you have taken to respond to this statement, which is of county in nature, and the 3, you seem to attract a lot of concerns as a committee, and that members have doubts that whether indeed this statement will be responded to. Others are questioning the ability of your committee to have quorum. Allow me to conclude. Now, the debate attracted towards your committee is not a good one. Not to mention that indeed member from Mulala Emali was present and the committee had no quorum. I think the best would have been to apologize to the member that your committee was not able to meet, and you will make it this time. But you know, you overlooked that fact, that he was in a committee room and he did not make it, and you have not apologized to him. You have not acknowledged that. You have gone ahead to schedule another period when we'll meet. Yes?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to bring to the attention of this House, and in fact, Honorable Speaker, I want you to find a few members out of order by accusing the committee.
Just a minute, Leader of the Majority. I'll give you an opportunity. Can we first hear the response of the chair? So that. Proceed.
This is an attendance list, which means the committee met, deliberated, but unfortunately, the said member had just left. So the committee actually met 30 minutes later when the member had left. So I want to argue that the committee actually meets. Unfortunately, they didn't meet when the member was in that committee room. But the committee is active, and I'm a member, and I'm sure we have been meeting and doing a lot. Honorable Speaker, I also have 2 reports here. One of the reports is on the general oversight of the committee, which they visited all the projects, including the projects requested by the honorable member. Honorable Speaker, we also have the report by the committee about the 3 statements, the 3 projects requested by the member. This particular report has been discussed conclusively by the committee, and it was only about meeting the member. And as I've explained, the timing by the member was just, I think the timing just did not tally with the committee. That's why they didn't meet. So, Honorable Speaker, when a member stands up and says this committee does not meet, this committee is made up of cartels and such things, and the committee has produced so many reports, and the chair is so able that he has delivered so much for the committee. Honorable Speaker, I just want to tell the members we should avoid that and try as much as possible to support each other to deliver to the people of Makueni. So when the chair requests that the member should meet the committee on Monday, I think the matter should have rested at that point, because there is no point of arguing when we know the matter is with the committee, and this report has just a very few gray areas which can be resolved within 10 minutes of the committee meeting the member. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, we are running out of time. I'm afraid, however much we'll debate, we are not adding value. Yes, I'll give you an opportunity. Member for Kitungo Kitundu, member from Lale Mali is absolutely in order. He was at the place of the meeting at the right time. You had the right meeting at the wrong time. Because you have confirmed you met later 30 minutes. That was not the scheduled meeting for the committee. So the committee never met the member. It is the committee that overlooked that invitation. The committee ought to have bothered to update the matter, the member that it will meet 30 minutes later. So let's rest that matter. The committee was not convenient in the interest of the members, and therefore, Chairperson, the subject matter discussion is not limited to Mulale Mali, it's county projects in agriculture. Yes, I'm not giving a ruling, I'm giving you an opportunity to tell you that this is a matter, progressively, can we make progress? How do we get this matter resolved? The debate between you and the member can go on and on and on, but it has nothing to do with presentation of this report. Yes, what is it, Honorable Mbalo?
Mr. Speaker, I agree the honorable member has an issue, but he said the chair has gone to bed with the executive. That is that's a very big word, Mr. Speaker. And is it in order to say that without proving? Can he prove in order? Because it has got into Hansard that he said the chair has gone to bed with the executive.
The point is,
can he clarify on that and show evidence to that, Mr. Speaker?
fair enough. But for Mulale Mali, what?
Right, Honorable Speaker, I said I suspect that the chair is in collusion with the executive, and that's why he's not ready to bring a response. Why am I saying this, Honorable Speaker? Last Monday, leave alone the previous Monday, they had invited me. I came to the committee. You can imagine all the way from Emali on a Monday to be in a committee room by 9. They were not there. The chair lied to the House that they met at 10:30. They made another invitation to me the following Monday. I was there by 9, Honorable Speaker. The chair and the committee were nowhere to be found, Honorable Speaker. There was no response on the same, Honorable Speaker. Why is it that the chair is afraid to give response to this committee? It is not his mandate. He doesn't implement. It is a matter of follow-up. Why is it? Why can't I think that there is that coalition between him and the executive? That is what I meant. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think we are reading from different scripts with the Honorable Member from Emali, or for Emali, because, Mr. Speaker, we brought a report to this House. According to the statement that he brought to this House, we brought a report. It was debated, it was adopted by the House, Mr. Speaker. Some members here who are responding to this matter, Mr. Speaker, who are contributing to this matter, are perennial absentees in this assembly, Mr. Speaker. And that is why, even when they are contributing, they are even putting, they are actually lying to this House that the committee has never presented any other report in this House. Mr. Speaker, last week, I was in this House. I responded to several statements and some other reports, which are in record, Mr. Speaker. So I'm really wondering what the member for Nzambani is saying when he says the committee is not performing, is not doing anything. Mr. Speaker, what we are inviting the member for Emali to come and do to the committee is to give the gray areas, or actually give the gaps that he believes are in this report. We have a report already. We presented a report. We cannot debate nothing. I just request him to be patient next time, because, you know, if you come to a committee, you find that before the 30 minutes are over, and then you take a photo of yourself or somebody else, and then run away, and then we come and meet, Mr. Speaker, that is being very much impatient. You should have called me as my friend. He has my phone. You should have called even the other members to know where they are. Maybe we are meeting in a different room. I'm not even sure whether we met at the place that actually was taking the photograph, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, what I'm trying to say is that the member should be patient enough, because we have a report already. What we are trying to do is to get the gaps from him. Let him bring the gaps. Or if he feels that he cannot be here on time, or he has to come and then run away from the committee, he can write to the committee, and then we'll deliberate and bring a report to this House, Mr. Speaker. I think that will be fair enough. But actually debating nothing, because we are debating nothing now. There's nothing to debate. He has not told us this is what I feel should be.
Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
So my feeling as a chair is that he should come, and the words that I've used, Mr. Speaker, when I was saying I'm inviting him on, we intend as a committee to invite him next Monday. I did not direct. I don't know why some members are putting one.
How would you address it if I leave it to you? I found, what honorable members, when the speaker fights a battle for you, why do you want to play with it? It is already resolved to you at other levels. I have indicated, he has said. Mr. Speaker, that is what I want to clarification, Mr. Speaker, from you, from the chair. Not about the agriculture business, Mr. Speaker. It's something else. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when the honorable member for Ibingone Nzambani was contributing, Mr. Speaker, he raised some issues, Mr. Speaker, and we can see. We can see now we have been threatened. He said that Honorable Muso has become so powerful, Mr. Speaker, so powerful. So powerful, Mr. Speaker. So I don't know. The member of Ibingone Nzambani wanted some protection. Members to be protected from the power, Mr. Speaker. I don't know what you are going to say about that, Mr. Speaker. If you see, honorable members, I warned you. I warned you. You know, the moment you referred that the member for Nzawe Kalamba is so powerful, I've seen him issue a rejoinder, seemingly claiming to be threatened by Muungano. Because he has said this Muungano, I don't know what should take care, meaning that he's feeling your presence. Now, why do you want to dilute that? If he has taken some minute to address you, doesn't it mean that he's acknowledging you? Why did he not Why did he not address the New Democrats? So he has already answered. Person come to your lands to respond to statement as questioned by member from Lale Emali Ward regarding implementation of the functions of transferred functions to Emali Sultan Ahmad municipality, followed by Chairperson Committee of Lands on response to statement as requested by member from Boni Ward regarding grabbing of public utility in Kikima Market. Honorable Felix.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we got these responses, Mr. Speaker, and we went through the responses as a committee, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, these responses were very oppressive, Mr. Speaker, and we could not agree with whatever we got, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, we settled that as a committee, we should do a letter regarding the statements, Mr. Speaker, so that they can respond to the statement comprehensively, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we given them 7 days. So, Mr. Speaker, we are expecting the responses this week by Wednesday. That is the stand, Mr. Speaker.
The statement on Boni. Your microphone.
So, Mr. Speaker, we gave them 7 days from last week on Monday, Mr. Speaker.
That 7 days is when? Tomorrow? So within this week?
We are expecting the statement by tomorrow.
Do so tomorrow and give us an update tomorrow at 2:30. On Boni?
Mr. Speaker, we got all of them were not comprehensive, responded to.
Fair enough. Chairperson, Committee on Environment and Climate Change to respond to statement as requested by member for Kadonzweni Ward regarding an implementation of climate change mitigation projects at Londokwe Dam in Kadonzweni Ward. This matter was deliberated, and I think there was 1 or 2 questions you needed to clarify. When would that be done?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on the same, though we had requested for 7 days, but the CC requested that we will respond by tomorrow. Yep.
Do so. Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, to respond to statement regarding the committee. Statement from the Chairperson, Committee on Agriculture, regarding the grabbing of Makasa Cattle Dip in Gumasumba Ward.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll go straight to the consideration of the statement. And Mr. Speaker, the committee engaged the ECM via a letter this dated 17th October 2024, who responded through a letter reference this on 29th October 2024. Mr. Speaker, the ECM responded to the following questions: whether the department was aware that the land where Makasa Cattle Dip is treated has been grabbed and the cattle dip demolished. It was clear the department was aware that the cattle dip was constructed on land parcel number 3613. The department confirms that the land has been put under cultivation and some permanent structures developed on it, and that the land belongs to one Mwoki Sika who has a title deed for the said piece of land, which was obtained sometimes in July 2018. The cattle dip structures are no longer in place. They have been demolished. Efforts. Originally established as a ranching cooperative, the land has seen a lot of conflicts involving squatters, local communities, and governmental bodies.
The public, they were given the information, the real information from the area of Makasa. My request is let the department adhere to the timeline. so that the people of Guma Sumba ward in Makassar can benefit from that cattle deal. So, Honorable Speaker, what the chairman has said, there's a problem of the people taking public lands. We have a problem with the National Lands Commission. They are giving people title deeds on public lands. And it's a higher time for this count to take all public utilities, because public utilities belong to this count. Let the government, through the chair, through the committee, let the government process all the title deeds for all public utilities, which lies on the county government of Makueni. The people of Makassar, they are waiting to see this matter concluded. Honorable Speaker, in fact, they told me the person who has grabbed the land threatened the chairman of that committee. In fact, I think the chair was protected by the public. So I thought it would be wise if the chair could have recorded a statement in the police so that he can be protected with the government for somebody protesting when he's doing his work. So within the 9 days, Honorable Speaker, I will come back to this House to know if my people are going to get a success from that cattle deal. Otherwise, I appreciate the work the committee did. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Fair enough. It seems that this report is thoroughly done. Member from Mulale Mali. And perhaps, order, I did not ask you to speak. Yes. Then this is properly done with preparation. I think perhaps the Committee on Agriculture spent more time in this one than yours. Now that they are done with this, I hope then they will deal with your statement like this one. And so to speak, Member for Guma Sumba is indicating that the same chairperson requires security because he was not compromised when dealing with this one. So, on the same breath, give him a benefit of doubt, and then he may prove you wrong. I like this report. I like this report.
Mr. Speaker, on that report, actually land matters are serious matters which has to be settled. And with such recommendation, those parcels of land will be saved, Honorable Speaker. The matter concerning the flagship projects is weighty. A cattle dip is only 4 million. We are talking of over 2 billion projects. You can now, Honorable Speaker, weigh 2 billion to over 2 billion projects and 4 million projects. The interest reflects each other. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, we hear you, but the same formula will get us results. So have faith in the committee. In the next short time possible, that will be done. Chairperson, you proceed to execute the recommendations of the committee as contained in the recommendations and report within the next 90 days. Chairperson, Budget and Appropriations Committee to respond to statement as requested by member from Mulale Mali Ward regarding implementation status of all headquarter projects since year 2013. Chair Budget. Vice Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I am a member of the Budget Committee, together with other members, and the Speaker on the said statement as a response, not really as a response, but the CC is seeking for the indulgence of this House. She's requesting for 30 days after submission of the budget because, I beg to read the letter.
After?
Yes, I have a letter from the Assembly that responded to the Assembly that The reference is made to your letter dated 13th of March 2025, in which you requested for information on the status of implementation of all headquarter projects since 2013. The department has embarked on the public participation exercise for the budget of 2025-2026. And moreover, the documents in question relate to 11 years ago, which are already archived, and they require extra manpower to retrieve from the containers where they have been archived. And therefore, we are requesting for an extension on the deadline of the submission of the response to 30 days after submission of the budget to the Assembly. Speaker, that is literally on the end of May, because the projects date back to when devolution started. That is the statement is requiring for documentations up to 2013. And therefore, the CC requests, the head of Treasury requests that this requires a lot of manpower, and that she may be able to release the clerks and the manpower from the public participation exercise. She could bring the response after submission of the budget to the Assembly.
Chairperson, if one was to ask the status of implementation of the mother-child hospital, why do you want to go to archives? We are not asking for procurement and payment vouchers. The request of the statement is asking the status of implementation, whether they are ongoing or they are complete and operational. I mean, for example, like what do you call it? The Mali, Mulala, gender something. It's either it is under implementation, 50%, 90%, or stalled. One may not require, I don't think the member is asking for payment vouchers and all that. And the budgets, for information, the budgets are in computers. The amount allocated and all that. Maybe the Waziri is misconceiving that request.
Sure, I agree with you. So let me get back by tomorrow afternoon.
Unless then I would direct that you reset this question to every department so that they can give the information. The Committee on Budget and Appropriation is requesting for that information, and therefore, we request that you make a request from all sectoral committees so that the ECM responsible for gender then can authoritatively give a response to, for example, the Disability Center, the Mulala Emali Protection Center, and so forth. The Health Department will give us a status of implementation of Mother and Child Hospital, which everyone knows is in operation and use. And the department maybe knows far much better than the CC member for finance. Would that not be better?
It will, Honorable Speaker. That's why I said, let me get back to the statement, the original statement, then I get back tomorrow afternoon.
In the interest of time, allow me to do this, honorable members. Chairperson budget, that request is declined. You then restructure those questions directly to the departments. From the Committee on Budget, the request for a statement, address it to every department to share itself, to share with the committee, clerk of the County Assembly on the status of each project. That would be faster. How much time do you require?
– 14 days, Honorable Speaker.
Member for Mulala Male.
Yeah, thank you for that direction, Honorable Speaker. Actually, I was wondering why would the ECM require all that time to give a response to someone which she can click a button on a laptop and get the information. Actually, she was the best person to give instructions to all other departments just through one letter. She should have instructed all other departments to avail the information. Any other question will follow after the first response, Honorable Speaker. Definitely there is an interest. We want to see that response. 2 weeks may be too much, but if they are sure, we will have it then. Fair enough, Honorable Speaker.
What I don't agree is the excuse. So the department is currently considering public participation on a budget for next financial year when the Assembly is requesting you to account for all the implementation of the budget from 2013. It should excite you to provide that information and review even before you make the next budget. But looks like this is not a priority to the Department of Finance, so we may not have time to ask people to develop interest in what they do not have interest in. So that's why I'm advising chairperson, same committee, but refer to the respective departments, collect that information. When we will get the information, we will copy the ECM for finance for our records. I am aware we will you will get that information before 30 days. You will get from department before 30 days. So we will have concluded and you'll share with the Department of Finance a copy for information so that they don't take a lot of time going to archives. We will help them.
The information pertaining to those projects will be very essential or useful during budget making. Maybe we have some projects which are stalled, which require some little financing, and they are useful. So it will help. It could be better to have the information even before the budgeting period is over. Thank you.
I've informed you, I'll give you that since the Waziri for Finance is requesting for 30 days, on an exercise that should take 7 days or less to refer to archives, I've directed the chair to write directly to the respective departments, agriculture, education, water, health, name it. Within 14 days, we will have the information. And within the 3rd day she had requested, we will have given her the information she's looking from archives. So we will help her to respond or to give her information.
Mr. Speaker, I hear you. However, Mr. Speaker, you know, we are not running actually a quack government. The government we are running is a well-coordinated government where we have a minister who coordinates the events within different departments. If we go your direction, it means we are cushioning a member who is supposed to be receiving directives and who is supposed to be feeding us with information to the extent that they will find another comfort zone. It is a high time we need to hold people responsible. The ECM Finance, in matters of projects, she's the person sitting on the department which actually executes and evaluates projects in this particular account. In this context, this would be actually the person which need to task, even to give us this information in 3 days. Because you cannot tell me that we are not living at the era of non-digitalization. We are living at the era of digitalization where she can actually press a button and the whole projects are projected within a table. Why are we tasking the chair to move from department to department to department when we know there's a coordinator of government in this government which is viable, which is actually having the thirstfulness of doing what is good within the shortest time possible? Honestly, Mr. Speaker, I think we should not cushion this, and personally, I'm sorry for challenging your decision, but I'm trying to give you an afterthought or a diversionary thought so that at the end of the day, people may know this house is not on a joking mood. We are on a serious mood. Look at it from the angle of if, for example, we need the information for HQ projects. And then we start now going to the governor, to write to the governor, department by department again. We are setting a precedent which is going to hit us along the line in future. Let the ECM be tasked to give the information as quickly as possible because we are at a digital era when information can be available at any given time, any point, anywhere, at any time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I hear you. You have a valid point. Within 14 days, Chair Budget will produce HQ projects from every department. The committee will sit and consider HQ projects from every department. After 30 days, Waziri for Finance will bring a copy. So we will benefit, she will still respond. Don't worry. You know, sanctions, you want me to prefer sanctions, including forcing someone to work within timeline that they think can't work. There's a different way of doing it. You know what? It is a privilege to be given an opportunity to collate information for government. By this assembly requesting the executive committee member for finance to produce information on flagship, not that departments cannot do. Once you are given that privilege, as a way of a responsibility that you not honor it, then it can be withdrawn. Again, my point, this matter would have gone to every sectoral committee to produce that information. Since this route is taking too long, and the reasons given are that the budget is engaging, fine, 30 days. By the time you are producing, in 30 days, you find your colleagues have submitted it in 7 days. And remember, in 30 days, she will still be invited. You get my point? Don't use a lot of energy. In 7 days, Honorable Muthoka, she will appear before the committee and she will find the report ready. And she will be told, when you said you will take too long, your counterparts, just a minute, produced it. That is to tell you, what you said could not work has worked. And that is more than reprimanding.
I have thought of something, Mr. Speaker. You see, the budgeting process should include stalled projects and the provisions on how those stalled projects are going to be handled. So you cannot separate the new budget from the old projects which have been in existence. Now, when somebody says, I am very busy in budget making process, and you are not telling us that you are able to have the information of what has stalled or what has been existing, then it means, in a way, you are telling us that the budget we are going to get, it is not full budget, it is actually excluding very important information. That way, I think with that kind of information at the back of our mind, it will be also another way of trying to challenge whatever budget is going to come to our table. So to me, I think we can take that route. However, I was finding it a bit queer that somebody can say, I cannot be able to get time to provide all this information, yet we're in the process of what we're supposed to provide information to unlock the stalemate of the projects.
Fair enough. Honorable Muthoka, let us try to apply the energy that we have to some other things. Yes, let's get from sectoral, compile it. When she will come, we will have a copy for her. So we will help her not to go to archives. Okay? Then we'll begin discussion from there. The next time she will say 14 days or 7 days, when she realizes that there are other colleagues who can produce that information without complicating a simple matter. It's a way of telling them that whatever information can be obtained from this government without using one office. And you know, the silo thinking that only one executive committee can do things, so be it. Fair enough. Chairperson Committee on Roads to respond to a statement as requested by member from Lale Maliward regarding the delayed payment of plant operators in the county. Chairperson. Before then, there is a matter of Committee on Lands as requested by member for Kumini Muvao. What is a member for Kumini Muvao in? Deferred. Roads. Vice Chair.
Honorable Speaker, the report is not ready. We were to invite the member together with the ECM, but the ECM was not available. He has requested to appear before the committee next week on Monday. So we will request that the committee gives a report after Monday.
Request of the statement. Honorable members, the clerk, further to that, whenever we are responding to these statements, it should read as follows. By the chairperson to respond to a statement as was requested by a member for Mulala Emali Ward on this particular date. Indicate the date when the statement was sought so that every other time we are able to know how long it has taken to deal with that matter. So a date must be included in every statement. Chairperson, Environment and Climate Change, respond to a statement as written by member for Thank Ward regarding effects of oil spillage in Thank Ward. Deferred. Next order. What is the point of order?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand on a point of order, or on a point of order 461 of Makwene County Assembly Standing Orders, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is regard to the complaint emanating from the unskilled and skilled laborers on the ongoing affordable housing project in Watertown, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this morning, Mr. Speaker, there were demos of those rebels, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, I happened to meet them. I went there, Mr. Speaker, and I tried to listen to their grievances, Mr. Speaker, all their prayers, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, to my surprise, Mr. Speaker, the DCIO and the deputy OCPD came to address the issues. Mr. Speaker, I was surprised because they are not the right people to address these issues, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our people are being humiliated, Mr. Speaker, on our soil, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you realize that since this housing project started, Mr. Speaker, there are a lot of issues, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, these rebels actually complained, Mr. Speaker, because, Mr. Speaker, this project is a conjoined project with the national government and the county government, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the county secretary, having been the link between the county government and the national government, actually the rebels complained to the county secretary and raised the issues, Mr. Speaker, and a letter, Mr. Speaker, was done, which they gave me actually to the regional continental Lower Eastern, who is in charge of the State Department on Housing Development, Minister of Transport, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, this letter done on 16th April 2025, those issues were not addressed, and that is why the people were demonstrating today, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, our people actually have not been paid for the last 2 weeks, Mr. Speaker. And this is a good amount of money because they are supposed to have been paid over 600,000, Mr. Speaker, which they are supposed to be paid, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's quite unfair. The spirit of the Kenya Kwanza government is that bottom up. I don't know what they call it, but bottom up, whatever, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I think this bottom up should actually help the economy within water to grow, Mr. Speaker. And the promise, Mr. Speaker, by the President of the Republic of this country, Mr. Speaker, said that our youth will be employed through the affordable housing, Mr. Speaker. This is not true, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, how do you import other tribes to come and work on our taxpayers' money, Mr. Speaker, while we have enough people, enough youth who can work here, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, only less than 50% are our local people who are employed there, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, you realize, I think every county has a similar project, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, people should go and work in their own projects, which are actually in their own counties, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, here, I don't know why this government is seeing us as if we are lesser human beings, Mr. Speaker, and bring other people to work here. Mr. Speaker, our ladies are even being humiliated, Mr. Speaker, forced to go into lab affairs so that they can get employed there, Mr. Speaker. This is unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, I was there, I talked to them. Mr. Speaker, I said that this project should not go on unless these issues are sorted out, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I want as the Assembly, because, Mr. Speaker, we happen to be actually the people on the ground and at the grassroots. Let's help our people. We will not stand watch our people being humiliated and not being paid their dues and after working. Mr. Speaker, somebody, carpentry or masonry from other areas I don't want to quote the tribes, are being paid 1,500, and our locals doing the same job, Mr. Speaker, are paid 1,000 shillings, Mr. Speaker. This is completely unacceptable, because why should they be paid less? And they are qualified. They are qualified people who can do the work, and others paid more. Mr. Speaker, something has to be done, Mr. Speaker, or else we don't need this project here, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, the letter is here. Mr. Speaker, if you can allow me, I can read the letter, which was written to the regional, the regional continental Lower Eastern on the affordable housing, Mr. Speaker. And it was done on 16th April. And Mr. Speaker, when I talked to the county secretary, he told me they declined to respond to this letter, Mr. Speaker, which is raising these issues, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we will have to do something. Even if we will take our assembly there and sit and know what is happening. Mr. Speaker, I happened to go there twice, and I introduced myself. I was told politicians are not admissible in those projects, Mr. Speaker. That is very wrong. Our own soil, Mr. Speaker, we can't go there and see what is happening there. It's not acceptable, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, if you can allow me, I can read the letter with the matters that they referred, Mr. Speaker, so that you can just hear what our people are saying.
Go ahead.
If possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This letter is from the Office of the County Secretary, Makueni. Mr. Speaker, this letter is to the Regional Continental Lower Eastern Slum Upgrading Department, State of Department of Housing and Urban Development, Ministry of Transport, Infrastructure, Housing, Urban Development, and Public Works. The address is Nairobi. Reference complaints emanating from the unskilled and skilled laborers in the affordable housing project. I've given the contract number that is in water site. The above matters refers to reverse. I wish to bring to your attention that on 14th April 2025, the Office of the County Secretary intervened to avert a planned demonstration by local rebels in the Watertown Affordable Housing Project. The grievances raised by the workers include: 1, discriminatory payments. That is, local laborers claim they were paid less compared to other workers executing similar tasks. 2, gender bias. Female workers are reported and are represented in the recruitment for labor opportunities at the sites. 3, for grievance handling, the project manager does not address concerns raised by local workers. The project manager allegedly disregards concerns raised by local laborers and intimidates their representatives. 4, unrealistic work targets, rebels and assigned exercise, excessive workload beyond standard construction, 6 site expectation and are expected to work beyond working hours without compassionate compensation. 5, unfair dismissal. Local laborers report they are dismissed without due process when they raise grievances. These issues raise undermining the affordable housing program and clearly after the complaints from the laborers, Mr. Speaker. And then it was copied to the County Secretary, State Department, Housing and Urban Development.
Know that the foreman is not a local, so he may not know who exactly is coming. We are not saying that we want to see 100% Kambas, because we know we have Kambas, non-Kambas within Makueni, but a good percentage of the workers must be locals, because this is a project aimed at improving the livelihoods of locals. Every county has their own such a project, and we expect everyone to go and benefit from their county, Mr. Speaker. We are not being selfish. Those that we live with here, they are welcome to go and work there. But every other person, we don't expect people to be imported into our county to do this project. Mr. Speaker, I am disturbed about the gender bias that they prefer men to women. And Mr. Speaker, the law is very clear and it has to be applied on all levels, including this kind of project. We expect those people to employ women and men equally, even if it is not 50-50, both gender must be well represented. None of the gender must be more than 2/3, Mr. Speaker. So we hope that the concerned department is going to address this matter with the urgency that it deserves, because as the youth of this county, they are very optimistic that they can get opportunities through this project. This is a project that was even forced down our throats, Mr. Speaker. We never even wanted this affordable housing, but we are having to pay for it. And since we are here now, we expect to see justice as the project is being implemented. So, Mr. Speaker, we are not going to keep quiet. We are not going to shy off from representing the people that sent us here. So let them not think that we are timid and they can do anything. We have also heard in low tones that if you're a woman, you must exchange your body for that position. Mr. Speaker, we are not going to accept our women to be used to be given jobs, and it is not even jobs that they are earning what they are supposed to earn. So let notice go very clearly that we are watching and we expect the right things to be done at that site. Otherwise, it's not going to be business as usual. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Elizabeth Muli.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. It's a bitter state of affairs. And Honorable Speaker, sometimes I just want to not imagine that this is happening around a place that I am living, that a place that I treasure so much in the name of Wote Town and County of Makueni. Honorable Speaker, this is a project from the onset. The President himself pronounced himself when he attended a function in Wote and promised the people of Wote and Makueni County that this is a project that is going to benefit the people of this county. Honorable Speaker, the stories you hear around this project are very alarming. That a person who is not from the locality of this area has decided to victimize the people of this area just because he feels he can gain favors of whatever reason. Honorable Speaker, Article 19 of the Constitution of Kenya, Chapter 4, is very clear on the rights of citizens. And when you go to Article 21 of the Constitution of Kenya, Honorable Speaker, on the implementation of the Bill of Rights, it's that in its fundamental duty, or it is a fundamental duty of the state and every state organ to observe, respect, protect, promote, and fulfill the rights and fundamental freedoms in this Bill of Rights. Honorable Speaker, when the rights of the people of Makueni are violated by the State Department of Housing, by sending a person who does not listen to them, who wants to victimize them and exercise power over the said citizens, is the government of Kenya not violating the Bill of Rights? Honorable Speaker, I am saddened because the member from Ngu, who is my good friend, and sometimes I call him my father. Today I am forced to tell him, you can tell your government it is not a privilege for us to have these houses around us. If they don't want to help the people of Makueni, you can take your houses back. Honorable Speaker, you can go tell your father and your political father to take the houses back. Honorable Speaker, it's sad. It's sad that our young people and the women of this county are being victimized by a project pioneered by this government, Honorable Speaker, when they are supposed to lead in respecting the Bill of Rights, where the citizens of this country have to be given the powers to do their job around themselves. And the president himself promised to the young people of Makueni, and I would just want to quote in Swahili, amkeni hapo Monday, asubuhi, hiyo kazi itakuwa imeanza. So who were those non-campers that we are seeing there, the people he was promising these jobs, or it was the locals that he was expecting to wake up in the morning and walk to the place? Honorable Speaker, it's sad. We need to stand firm as representatives of the people. It doesn't matter how many of us will be put into jail. We know the NIS will move around monitoring all of us, but it's not an issue. Speaker, you can stay away, and you will follow us where you find us, because we are going to be taken, yes, but it doesn't matter who is living ahead of the other. Many of us will be following each other. If it begins with Mateso, he is going to go. If it follows with me, then we will still follow. But the rest will still join us in singing this song.
Sir, from that project, from a local, so that the complaints for the locals to be channeled to the liaison officer. Honorable Mateso, within the 7 days, will settle the matter. Because I represent that government. And when the president was here,
Information, Mr. Speaker.
when the president was here, because, no, when the president was here, he assured our people they are going to get that employment. And nobody should be paid less than the other, under all costs. And I cannot allow, personally I cannot allow, because I'm representing that government. So, Honorable Speaker, I'm going to communicate to the PS, to the department, so that this matter can be handled within 7 days. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Speaker. Speaker.
Honorable Josephine Mwasa.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kunipatia hii fursa ya kuongea. Yangu ni kusema ni kweli wanawake wanapodhulumiwa ama wanapotumika vibaya wakitafuta haki zao sio vizuri kamwe. Lakini hii serikali inawakilishi MPs. Hata kama serikali yenyewe inafanya hivyo, MPs wako wapi? Ni nani wa kumpatia report MP wetu Susan Kiamba? Ndio naye achukue jukumu la kuangalia kila kitu kimesuluhishwa vile inavyostahili. Kama yeye mwenyewe ofisi yake, kama ofisi yake haijachukua jukumu, ndio wakati na sisi nastahili tu tunachukua jukumu, lakini sio Ruto. President alipokuja huku alisema, kama vile Honorable Muthika amesema, I quote, "Andu mamu gemandi maendete uyani." Sasa ni sisi tungeenda, kama waliamka wakaenda, na sisi tulikuwa sisi tuko huku Makueni ama Wotenzio ward. Kwa nini hatukuchukua jukumu la kwenda kuangalia kulifanyika nini? Natoka hao watu waanze kuajiriwa ama contractor alipokuja. Mbona hatukuchukua hatua ya kwenda kuangalia ni nini inafanywa? Kuna balancing equation. Sio Ruto atoke huko juu aje kuangalia vile watu wanafanya. Ni sisi tuchukue jukumu, kwa vile hii ni kazi ya watu wa Makueni. Na tukisema hatutaki. Tukitaka tunataka. Kwa hivyo saa hizi vile mmesema, kwa vile mimi ni mama, uende ikawa bwanangu anadhulumiwa pale na nikawa sijui. Kwa hivyo ni sisi tuchukue jukumu la tuende pale, lakini tujue si Ruto ameangusha, ni sisi watu wa Makueni, kwa vile hatujachukua jukumu tukaenda huko tukaenda kuangalia. Na from now onwards hata sisi tupiga simu tuseme hii si sawa. Na kama nyumba zinajengwa sababu ya watu wetu watumue vibaya, itakomeshwa kama koko la koma. Tafadhali tuwe watulivu. hii tutachukua, tutaipeleka vile inavyostahilika. Na pili, leo baada ya Felix Mateso kuniambia, nilimpigia our MP Susan Kiamba, akatuambia kuna komiti aliform ya kumpatia report na hajapewa hii report. Kwa hivyo hata yeye ameanguka na komiti yake. Asante.
Member for Nzau Kalamba, what is it?
For what? We know Ruto is a seasoned liar.
Order. Honorable Francis Munyao.
His statement, Mr. Speaker, and it's very hurting, Mr. Speaker, because so many freedoms have been infringed, Mr. Speaker, by the said Eastern Ward. There's somebody who is supervising the project, Mr. Speaker. Whoever is supervising, Mr. Speaker, from the Department of Lands, National Government, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, one, you cannot pay Jonathan 1,500 who comes from Omambi. And you pay Honorable Mateso, Mr. Mateso, who comes from Wote, 400, and we are doing one work. We are doing the same job, but there's discrimination in the pay, Mr. Speaker. That is actually, Mr. Speaker, semi-slavery or servitude, Mr. Speaker. Number two, Mr. Speaker, we cannot expect anybody who went to school, Mr. Speaker, and knows how to read and write, and knows there is a constitution from Kenya 2010, which deals with gender issues, that in every form of business that we are doing, Mr. Speaker, no one gender should be more than 2/3. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, it has come out clearly that even our ladies, our young girls, Mr. Speaker, because old ladies cannot do construction work, it is very difficult for them. Let's be our youth, Mr. Speaker, ladies, they are being taught to surrender to the wills, to the needs of the men who are supervising there so that they can get employment, Mr. Speaker. And in that one particular, Mr. Speaker, we need to move out and defend our people. Mr. Speaker, we swore in this house to protect the Constitution of Kenya and to give service to the people of Makueni. And Mr. Speaker, when the people who we represent are being, Mr. Speaker, oppressed within their homes, Mr. Speaker, that is a matter that can cause this assembly to adjourn every business tomorrow, and we go out to demonstrate, because we are given that freedom to express ourselves, Mr. Speaker, through demonstration, so that the world can know the contractor is treating human beings like slaves within their homes, Mr. Speaker. We cannot allow this, and we request even our members of Senate and members of Parliament, the national government, Mr. Speaker, they join with us so that we can seek the rights of our people. We can defend the people of Kambani, Mr. Speaker, from whoever is trying to go against the Constitution of Kenya 2010, Chapter 4, Mr. Speaker, and Section 65 of the County Governments Act. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable members. Indeed, the letter said by Honorable Mateso has been laid and perused and found to be an original copy of a letter dated 16th of February 2025 by the Dr. Justin Chambi, County Secretary, Head of Public Service, County Government of Makueni, and addressed to the Regional Coordinator, Lower Eastern Slum Upgrading. This refers to complaints from unskilled and skilled laborers, workers in the affordable housing project of a contract here in water. And the issues that are raised there are: one, discriminatory in payments, where local regulars claim that they are paid less compared to workers executing similar tasks. And two, there is gender bias. Female workers are reportedly underrepresented in the recruitment for labor opportunities at the site. Three, the poor grievance handling. The project manager does not address concerns raised by local workers. The project manager allegedly disregards concerns raised by local laborers and intimidates their representatives. And four, there is unrealistic work targets. Laborers are assigned excessive workload beyond standards of construction site expectations and are expected to work beyond working hours without commensurate compensation. And five, unfair dismissal. Local laborers report being dismissed without due process when they raise their grievances. And these issues risk undermining affordable housing and could destabilize the project if not addressed, which we kindly urge your office to look into this matter and consider instituting corrective measures, including engaging the contractor for improved labor relations. And then your urgent response and action is highly appreciated. Honorable members, this is copied to the Principal Secretary, the Governor, Makueni, and the Deputy Governor. Honorable Mateso has indicated that indeed this was not responded to the best of his knowledge. Honorable members, as many of you has indicated, I wish to refer you to the first schedule of the County Governments Act, which refers as follows: I, so and so, a member of the County Assembly, do swear or solemnly affirm that I shall truly and diligently serve the people of the Republic of Kenya, not County Government of Makueni, in the office of the County Assembly member of Makueni County, that I shall diligently, repeated again, please Google and see the meaning of the word diligently, discharge my duties and perform my functions in the said office to the best of my judgment, and that I shall at all times respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I shall do right, to all manner of persons in accordance with the Constitution of Kenya and the laws and conventions of Parliament, and that I shall do justice at all. So, help me, God. That is what each and every one of you stated. But just to make a perusal on two articles of the Constitution, one cited by Honorable Elizabeth Muthike, on the implementation of the rights and the fundamental freedoms as envisaged in the oath that I've just read. Article 21, it is that it's a fundamental duty of a state in this case Kenya, and the government, and every state organ. The county government of Makueni and the county assembly of Makueni is a state organ. Every state organ to observe, respect, protect, promote, and fulfill the rights and fundamental freedoms in the Bills of Rights. Please remember the word, after you protect and promote, you must also fulfill. Now, the rights referred to in Article 21 are as follows. The rights that you must protect, respect, observe, promote, and fulfill are the right to life, right to equality and freedom from discrimination, right to human dignity, and human dignity provides that every person has an inherent, born with dignity and right to have that dignity respected and protected. Whether a woman, a man, girl, boy, PWD, whoever they are equal before the eyes of the law. Right to freedom and security of persons arrested, right from slavery, substitute, and forced labor. That is under the Constitution, Article 30, that a person shall not be held in slavery or substitute, and a person shall not be required to perform forced labor, as alleged by, that is 32. Yes, Honorable Bishop, I know you want to quote the Bible. Yes, it is also there. That then shall not be required to perform forced labor. The letter by the County Secretary indicates there is such. There is a right to privacy. In this right to privacy doesn't speak about right to a contractor's privacy. This is right to persons and citizens or their personal privacy, not public project privacy. And then the right to freedom of conscience, religion, belief, and opinion, freedom of expression, freedom of media, access to information, and that every citizen has a right to access information held by the state. In this case, Honorable Mateso required information which he was denied to get from a government project. The contractor is an appointed legal representative and a companion and a lifetime, not time, lifetime partner of the government. So the government is a contractor, and the contractor is the government. And that is why you are not requesting request for statement from contractors, neither from the procurement officer, neither is it from the chief officer, but from the county executive committee member, who is the representative of the government in county government entity, and therefore the contractor in the context of the county government is a county executive committee member. They are inseparable. Right to freedom of association, right to assembly, demonstration, picketing, and petitioning. Honorable Mateso, that is within your premise. Political rights, freedom of movement and residence, protection of right and property, and most importantly, 41, which is right to labor relations, which provides that every person has a right to fair labor practices. If you forget the rest, never ever forget 41, sabbatical 1, that every right has that. On Article 27, Part 3, 27, Part 3, yes, equality and freedom from discrimination. Honorable Mutin, you are reading? That every person is equal before the law and has a right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law. Equality includes the full and equal enjoyment of all rights and fundamental freedoms that I read. And 3, women and men have the right to equal treatment, including the right to equal opportunities in political, economic, cultural, and social spheres. In this case, it's economic. And the state shall not discriminate directly or indirectly against any person on grounds including 1, race, 2, sex, 3, pregnancy, 4, marital status, 5, health status, 6, ethnic or social origin, color, age, disability, religion, conscience, belief, culture, dress code, language, and birth. The issues I've quoted, honorable members, are clearly pointed out by the letter by the county secretary on this particular matter. In my considered view, Honorable Mateso is perfectly in order to present the issues that he has and the letter before this house. Honorable members, this is a House of Representatives. This is where we make laws and we execute oversight over both national and county government, being a primary oversight. And therefore, it's not a question of that is a national government project. Absolutely no. That is a project funded by people of Kenya, and particularly the employees who have been forced to pay for taxes and levies so that then the affordable housing, so-called, can be executed. And therefore, this is on the government's project, is a contributory project by the citizens of Kenya. And therefore, every citizen has a right to access information, job opportunities, and to be treated fairly. In view of that, I find the request by member for Nzambani Vingoni perfectly in order. And I recall what Honorable Muthike and Francis Muso has indicated, that it is more important to associate with their people and that they presume others will not run away. I don't think anyone will run away from a constitutional responsibility. Therefore, if one is afraid of being arrested on tear gas or whatever, then that is, when you get some tear gas, you are tear gassed on behalf, you are representing people in eating tear gas. So that is why you are paid salaries and allowances. So you represent people in sleeping in police cells. We all can't fit there. So you must represent them inside. You can't be representing them on the cozy chamber. You're representing them in both good conditions and bad conditions. And therefore, honorable members, this is unbearable. If then Honorable Mateso's request is to go by, then I think it will be meaningless for this House to continue discussing issues related to the implementation of the budget of Makueni County government when fundamental rights and freedoms of people of Makueni and others not from within this county, because they are all citizens, are being infringed by an agent of state or government. And therefore, if it did, honorable members, you find it so, then it's allowed that the Committee on General Oversight, the Committee on General Oversight comprises of the following: all members of the County Assembly, and the chairperson is the Speaker, and the Vice Chairperson of that committee is the Deputy Speaker. Then to find it necessary and seek audience with the persons responsible, those available at Makueni, because we don't live in regional office at Embu. Neither do we reside at Nairobi where the PS is. And aware that the PS has been notified by the county secretary, aware that the CS is the head of public service and the secretary to the county executive committee member, I presume is writing on behalf of the county executive that this information has been dispatched. Whereas my colleagues, you would want to make a phone call. It is important you also get a copy of this letter so that you may raise it with those who are concerned. Nevertheless, if they didn't listen to the bigger authorities, I'm afraid they may not listen to a phone call if they are not responded to a letter emanating from the office of the governor. That being the case, you will have to reorganize yourself and find time and seek audience with those people and associate with the people of Makueni and others from this country who may find themselves mistreated next to this chamber. It's absolutely unacceptable. When it will be heard on TV, many Kenyans will ask, you mean this happened few meters away from where the assembly sits? Where the assembly sits, it will be unacceptable. And therefore, we'll proceed to do so. We will reorganize our program tomorrow, honorable members. The clerk will facilitate, and the answers on the issues raised by the CS, indeed from the county executive committee, and having the face of the governor of Makueni, then must be responded to. If you cannot respond to a letter by the governor of Makueni, who has been elected by the people, he is not the person son of Mutula. By the governor of Makueni people, voted by a majority, I'm afraid then this is a demonstration of impunity for your input and ultimately considered for your approval and take part of the vote as we proceed to the closure of the financial year. I hope that matter is addressed to you. Okay? Any other comment? Time being, I've had, fair enough. Honorable members, time now being 17:00 hours, the assembly stands adjourned until Wednesday, 23rd of April, year 2005 at 14:30 hours.